Should I start that over? There's some noisy birds. It's June 2013, and I'm back here for my second time this year visiting Asa. There's been tremendous change since my last visit here. What's your name? Nyanwa?
Nyanwa.
Nyanwa?
Nyanwa.
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 Nyanwa. I'll get it. We began only with girls in the local community, but because we want the program which serves orphan girls with an idea of protecting them from forced marriages, educating them in school subjects and practical life skills, and empowering them to be leaders and give back to their communities. We don't want this only to impact this community. We want it to impact the entire county. So we now have, of our 34 students, we have girls from 6 villages in this county. We finished the dormitory that was under construction when I was here in February. We have built an additional concrete block dormitory. Each of the new dormitories have 4 sets of bunk beds. They call them double-deckers here, and so we can accommodate 8 girls in each of those dormitories.
That is good.
One of the challenges on all of my visits here is the inability to speak to the girls, because though some of them could read in English or write in English, they had little conversational practice and also no confidence to be able to speak English. And on this visit for the first time, we have been able to observe them sitting and chatting with each other in English, trying to kind of one-up each other in terms of what they can say.
The reason why I speak English, I want to practice my ability English to become a good English. That is why I speak it. I told you like this. Why don't you speak your broken English? Because people can laugh. No, if they are laughing at you, they are very happy because you are speaking good English. Not the problem. Say another word. You are a big girl. You see, your clothes. You are a big mouse. You are a big
So we're having sort of little interchanges of English conversation, and many of the girls are comfortable doing that now. So that's been a tremendous pleasure. Why is it good to be in the Asa school?
Our life now is so good because we are educated. We know what we are doing. We are not like people lifestyle. What I like to be in Asa school, I like to be educated.
And why do you like to be educated?
If I am not educated, my parents can force me to be married. But now I am sad.
We suffered a big blow this year just before the trip. Jeff Foss, who is an architect and board member for Asa from the very beginning, passed away unexpectedly. He was only 61 years old, so it was a tremendous loss for his family, a tremendous loss for us as a board, tremendous loss for our staff, and for our girls, because this would have been his 4th visit. So people
So from now, we are really very happy because of seeing you people. When John passed away, we thought there is no one who will come, only them. But now we are very happy for seeing all you people. So today we have a hope of progressing. Yeah.
One of the projects that Jeff had designed was a more developed kitchen and a dining complex. The kitchen and dining complex will include, countertop area for cooks to prepare food, running water, which we do not have in our kitchen now. When I come back the next time, which will be in 2014, they will have been working and operating in this building. We're also putting in solar power. This is a tremendous boon to us because right now we're operating a generator. The fuel is very costly, the generator is noisy, it also pollutes. So if we can reduce our reliance on that source of power and use solar to light our buildings, we'll be able to have electricity more hours of the day. Our program is not an orphanage. We don't take children away from their families and then raise them in some isolated place. They remain part of the local community here. They go to the local church. They participate in activities in the local community. And then they return to their communities during the term break. So they maintain those ties with their guardian, who might be an elderly grandmother, might be an aunt, an older sister or a brother. Whatever the relationship is, we want them to maintain those traditional ties because it's a relationship-oriented community, and those relationships are important. What do people in the community think about that we have a school for girls, for orphan girls?
Very good for them to know that the girl will become educated. But here in Sudan, some people do get their children out in school, which I don't know what is wrong.
So you're saying they take the girls when they're too young
Yes,
to marry them?
Yes. 2 days ago, I heard in the radio that the girl, 15 years old, been married, which is not good. 15 years old, not the right girl to be married.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you are educated, no one can force you. This day, people knowing that education is really a key of everything. Even community in the village, they are really supporting what girls are doing. Because for them, so they know that if you are not educated, you will be suffering a lot.
Since my first visit here in 2007, we had a relationship with the JDF Lost Boys Clinic built by John Dow from Syracuse, New York. And the John Dow Foundation has done a tremendous job in providing basic medical care here in the community. And initially they provided me a place to stay and food and so on to enable me to get this program started. The head medical officer at the JDF clinic is providing a 10-day program of first aid training, using demonstrations, teaching students how to stop bleeding, stabilize a broken bone, how to reduce fever. What is amazing is that the second day of teaching was the day on fever, and that day Jessica was very sick and had a fever. Our girls were worried about her, and so they went in and they touched her and found that she was very hot, and they asked her, "What is the problem with your body?" So the questions that David had taught them, what is the problem with your body? And so she relayed the problem, and they knew that because she was hot, they should reduce her fever. So they had an immediate opportunity to use the skills they had learned that day, and they put them into practice. They weren't afraid to do that. So I was so proud of them. No adult told them, go do this. They did this on their own. And that's what we're trying to communicate to them. And what David had said, if you see someone who is suffering, you cannot just walk away. You could save their life. Illness is a problem in this part of the world. We had one girl who became ill in addition to typhoid. She was suffering from hepatitis B. We determined the best thing to do was to test all our students and staff, which we have done. And we do have a number of girls that are positive for hepatitis B. We've repeated the tests, and we will repeat them again in 6 months to help determine whether this is a chronic situation. All of our staff and students will receive the hepatitis A and B vaccine, and this is a tremendous expense. In the future, all incoming students will be tested and then will receive vaccination. As ASA has developed, it's presented additional challenges that we're trying to meet. people are taking notice. You know, we've told them we want to educate these girls all the way through school so that they have real skills and knowledge that they can bring back to their communities, bring to their nation, where they can actually make a difference in the future of their world. And they are counting on this. They look at these girls as role models for other girls in the community, because the girls are doing so well in school with the additional help that they get here, the access to books, lights on in the evening so they can read, they can practice their writing, they can study for a test. This is something unavailable to most people here.
I know in the family or in the community people are suffering, but they know that if you educate your girl, it's like you are now educating yourself. So I think it's clear.
I think they will be peacemakers. So, and that's what we are hoping to give them. So the situation will be changed by the generation who is getting education now.
And if our girls get this education, they're expecting they will come back here, they will improve lives for others. They're putting their hopes for the future in these girls.
Hello,